This episode of the Red Bull Rant is brought to you by the fine patrons that support us through patreon.com/Red Bull Rant. You can support us for the low price of $1 a month, and you can get exclusive content, including a monthly wrap-up for the New York Red Bulls. We want to send a special shout-out to our patrons who support us at $5 a month. That is our producer-level reward. Thank you to Jeremiah Dempster, William Martin, Clayton John, and Christopher Admack. Now, on to the show.
The Red Bull Rant is a free-flowing conversation amongst three lifelong wackos that may contain adult language. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, my friends, to the show never ends. This is the Red Bull Rant podcast. I'm your host, Jason Iapico.
I'm Truman, and this episode 366, Donuts Are Forever. I wish I could sing it like a Bond theme. Donuts are forever.
I'm pretty sure you could get someone to easily dub over that one of the Bond themes for you.
Yeah.
So if you wonder where Pat is tonight, he's at a Quickie Mart in Springfield.
Yes.
And half of that is true.
Which half? We don't know.
It's up to you to figure it out.
Maybe he's at a Quickie Mart in Springfield, Illinois.
Or Springfield, Ohio.
Yep. Springfield. I think this is Springfield, New Jersey.
And the Springfield, Massachusetts.
Yep. There sure is.
All right. So let's talk about the Red Bulls finally getting a point on the road for the first time this year. 0-0 draw in Atlanta. I mean, if you're going to pick a scoreline to draw on, I guess at least you could say it's good because there's a defensive performance in there.
Mm-hmm.
As much as it sucked we didn't have an offensive performance. But yeah, Red Bulls get their first road point of the year. Do we actually have any tweets? I don't think we do.
We have donuts. Donuts for tweets. Huh? Yeah.
Wonderful.
No goals, no tweets. Nothing to talk about, right?
Well, apparently we got tagged in something 5 days ago. This is not related to our game, but I think we might as well. This is about TFC after the match 5 days ago. At TFC2 and D3. Armis is everything Red Bull Rant warned me he would be. Go figure.
We'll get to them towards the end of the show. Don't worry.
I wish I'd seen that tweet when it was out there. I'd been like, yep, glad we could help. All right. So, likes and dislikes. Truman, you go first. What did you dislike about this match?
I'm not going to get too crazy. Personally, for me, there's not much to hate. It was the road draw that you and I thought was going to happen. Definitely not a scoreless one. I don't know. I guess my biggest dislike is just not getting enough chances on net. I mean, they definitely could have had a few more opportunities, and it just, I don't know, didn't happen. I don't know. I can't get mad about this. I'm just not mad about a road draw. That's the biggest thing, is just kind of bummed that if they had maybe one or two good chances they could have capitalized, then maybe it's actually stole all 3 points from this game. How about that?
Yeah. My dislike, because honestly there really isn't much to dislike, is the fact that, again, we talked about this last week, ESPN Plus, MLS Live, please give me a choice of audio or video feed. Listen, Atlanta's guys aren't that bad, but they're still...
No, they're not terrible.
They're not New England-level homers, but they're definitely homers, and I feel like the video feed definitely could have showed more of questionable fouls. But I don't know if MSG would have been any different, because I imagine they just get their feed from Atlanta, really. But
yeah, exactly.
I would have loved to have Steve Cangelosi and Shep instead of these guys. I mean, Lorenowitz isn't bad. He was giving the team plenty of credit, and I thought he was actually very honest. But I feel like some of the discussion on the fouls was a little one-sided, which it's an Atlanta-focused broadcast. Of course, they're going to be Atlanta-focused. So, all right, likes for this game. I'm going to go with the back line because Cornell really did not get tested, I think, except like maybe one or two shots.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently that's the key to a shutout is don't let him get tested.
Don't give up anything.
Don't give up don't give up shots in easy positions.
I'm going to just pile on that before my like is that they definitely gave up a bunch of set pieces. But again, defense held firm. Didn't give up any real clean shots on net on almost all of those set pieces. That's really great. Except for my like being goalpost. Goalpost saved us for sure. We were definitely saved by Post. So hats off to Post. Was probably the best goalkeeper of the night.
I wonder if the Post had as many saves as Cornell technically did.
Might have.
So afterthoughts, this is not really a dislike because I don't think it's worthy of it. But Kyle Duckett, if he's going to be asked to play such an advanced role, he has to have the ability to finish in front of goal.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I know he is not a forward, right? But if the system, I'm presuming it's a system that has him so far up there, he needs to be able to finish. And I think more importantly, needs to track back because I think there's a few times where I saw him just be in the final third and be like, Oscars, I'm not going to run back that quickly. And should be a vital part of that defense. You can't leave the rest of the guys sitting back there covering for you all the time.
So you're saying you want more Tyler Adams out of him? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I've seen him a few times this year just kind of give up on plays. Like the one goal against New England where he ran into right before it, but he was slow to get back up because the whistle hadn't been blown. When he was finally back in the play, he just stopped running for some reason instead of putting pressure on the guy with the ball. And now a few times I saw him not track back in this Atlanta game, which thankfully didn't hurt us. But I mean, if we're going to be a high pressure system, you have to be able to do that. And it's not like he was late in the game where you could say, oh, he's tired. No, I'm talking like first half. I saw him do this kind of shit. And he should absolutely have the energy in the first half. So
my big afterthought is I watched this game on my phone because I was at a hotel in Portland, Maine. I don't know, it's a fun town, I guess. If you follow our Twitter feed, you do see that I brought the title belt to a Portland Sea Dogs game. So that is posted on our Twitter page. But note to self and note to anyone else. If you got a Roku or a Fire Stick, you should always bring it to any hotel you go to. Because I could have actually watched it on the nice big TV instead of on my phone. But I did forget to bring a Roku. So I think I might just buy like a Roku just for travel.
Yeah, I mean, they make those Roku sticks that are like maybe $30. Like that's worth keeping on you just in case.
Yep. I totally forgot about it. I should have done it. But they definitely come in handy. And we actually hook ours up to our Xfinity cable account, so you can even watch like regular like anything you want on your own cable too, which is really nice. But yeah, from now on, I'm bringing a Fire Stick. I'm bringing a Roku with me everywhere I go for just these instances, so I do not have to sit on my phone and watch the game. I can actually watch it on a TV.
So I would suggest if people are going to do that, I know Roku has a feature that they call like dorm mode. Where because some places you can't just easily log into the Wi-Fi. Roku allows you to like use your phone to log in for the Roku stick or whatever device is there. So if you're traveling a lot, just be careful of being able to get up to stuff on the Wi-Fi. That's all. All right. Any other thoughts about this game?
No, the only thing that didn't happen that I thought was going to happen was Ryan Mir was going to start, and that did not happen, unfortunately.
Maybe he'll start this week.
I mean, I doubt it.
I don't think it's actually going to happen.
Can I mention right now that the U.S. is putting a clinic on Mexico in their farewell game, so that's fun. Women's, I should say. Women's team is just in the torrential downpour, whooping up on them.
Yeah, because the U.S. men aren't going to make the Olympics anytime soon.
No.
All right. So prediction standings. Truman and I both get a point because we said draw. Pat did not get anything. So the standings are Truman's in first with 9 points. I am in second with 6. And apparently I was wrong last week. Pat actually has 4. I had to go back and when I double checked the spreadsheet this week, I was like, hey, that doesn't make sense. But yep, somehow he gets 4.
I can't wait to take the belt in more places this year. I'm very excited.
See, that was something I could not do last year with the belt. I couldn't
you couldn't go anywhere. Not allowed to travel. So where do you guys want to see me take the belt? On my time off from work, I will gladly take it to crazy places as much as possible, even though the wife doesn't think it's hilarious as I do. She is easily embarrassed by me bringing a championship belt everywhere, but I don't care.
See, I thought she was into wrestling. That's why I was like kind of surprised she's...
I did not bring it to the wrestling show that we went to because that would be kind of super cheesy.
Yeah, that would be.
I don't want to be that fan.
A non-wrestling title belt to a wrestling event would be kind of weird.
Yeah, not going to be that guy. But I will bring it to other places for sure.
Well, I guess if Forza Lucha happens again, it's going to go there, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
All right. Let's talk about the next game for the Red Bulls, which will be on Saturday, July 3rd, 7:30 p.m. when they take on Orlando City on the road, their last of 3 straight road games. Pat has already said a 2-1 loss. Still not confident in this team on the road. Truman, what are your thoughts for the Red Bulls this weekend?
Well, I mean, this way I understand it now because this is a good Orlando team. You know, that's the biggest difference. I don't think it's the confidence. Is that they are playing a very good team on the road where they only have, as we know, 1 point on the road. Again, playing consecutive games on the road is tough. I don't feel great either. I believe Nani will be back, right? Everyone loves Nani.
I think he's been back.
Yeah, so I mean, they get Nani in this game against the Red Bulls. I don't feel great. I'm going to try to go for 3 points here and say a 3-1 loss.
I don't know if I feel confident in the Red Bulls attack right now. I mean, we did get 2 goals out of our forwards in 2 straight games, but then we got nothing. And that was a fairly mediocre Atlanta defense that we faced. I think Orlando is just a better overall team. Obviously, when we faced them at home, we beat them, but they were without Nani and is it Daryl DK, who had just come back from loan, who's apparently been tearing it up since he came back. So that's doesn't bode well for, I think. I think this is going to be, to a degree, worse than what we saw in New England. It's going to be, I believe, a 3-0 loss. I just can't trust this team right now. I mean, we haven't scored, I think, more than 2 goals a game, right? I'm pretty sure it's the case. I got to double check the schedule. But I'm pretty sure we haven't scored more than 2 goals a game so far this year.
Yeah, I believe you're correct.
All right, let's see. Okay, we scored 2 against the Galaxy in Chicago and Toronto. 2 against Orlando and Nashville. 2 against New England. Yeah. We had not scored more than 2 goals this year. And our only road point was a 0-0 draw against a mediocre Atlanta team. That was like 1 position below us in the standings. I'm sorry, 3 positions below, but they're only 1 point behind us.
Right, and now going into a really good team.
Yeah.
So
exactly. I mean, we're going against the second best team in the Eastern Conference right now. So, yeah. So I'm sticking with that 3-0 loss. I just don't see good things happening this week.
Well, I can guarantee why they're going to lose is because I'll be able to watch this game at home, on TV, live, not in DVR. It's not a 1 o'clock game. Right, that's just lock up the loss right there. I don't believe I've gotten to watch them on a Saturday night or a Wednesday night New England win for this matter. So it's just right. It's all the signs are pointing to big old loss.
Yeah, in typical fashion, I won't be watching this one live, but at least I'll be doing something fun. So, all right. New York Red Bulls 2, they lost their last match 2-1 at the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. The next one, July 2nd versus Miami FC. They're currently number 7, and I didn't know this is the name now, the USL Championship Eastern Conference Atlantic. Yeah, I feel like Beer League is...
Pardon?
Wait, was it Beer League? No. What the hell was the South Park?
It's called
basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah. So I was just thinking that they were the Milwaukee, Milwaukee Brewers or something, Milwaukee Beer or something like that.
That's
what I was thinking, Beer League. But yeah, I feel like we're in that movie now where the names are just insane. Gotham FC, huge road win.
Yeah, massive.
Over OL Reign. I caught the highlights, and oh boy, did they just tear up that. They had some good breakaways there. 3-0 win over OL Reign.
On the road, on the West Coast. You know, that's a huge travel, you know, all the way to Washington. Great result. No goals given up on the road.
And like you said, if they start scoring more than one a game, watch out.
Right. There you go. I mean, it just had to happen.
Their next match is also July 2nd against Kansas City at Red Bull Arena. They're currently number 5th in the NWSL with 11 points. I think it was top 7 make the playoffs, or top 6. So they're in a playoff spot. That's the good news.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Time for the dumping ground.
On the trash thing.
Okay, apparently
Danny's very quiet tonight.
Yeah, he is.
On the trash thing.
The
soundboard's acting up.
There we go.
All right. So dumping ground news, like we just talked about, U.S. women did destroy Mexico in their last match for the Olympics, 4-0. The U.S. men's Gold Cup roster has been officially announced. Caden Clark would have been on the team if not for his appendix coming out. I mean, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think we all agree Aaron Long would have been a starter on this MLS heavy roster if he had not taken that injury a month or two ago. Trying to think what else we could talk about. Oh, Spain's own goal in the Euros.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, talk about a bad own goal.
Own goal leading the Euros in scoring right now.
Is he really?
Yep.
Damn.
Yep. Own goal is on fire.
I didn't know the Red Bulls had signed a European talent.
Yep. Own goal, traveling from country to country, stadium to stadium, scoring at will.
It'd be kind of interesting to see own goal, like technically win the Golden Boot at some point.
Maybe that's what we should do for the Red Bulls. Should we just tear down all the statues and just be own goal? And it's like a guy with his arm spread and his legs spread, like looking down at a ball going between his legs somehow, or like deflected off his leg at like a weird angle. We got to cook something up there.
Maybe they need to sign somebody called Owen Goal and then just leave out the E when they pronounce it.
Yeah.
All right, you have anything you want to talk about the dumping ground?
Rafa Benitez now officially manager at Everton.
Oh, God,
so there's that. Yep, it's official. So I hope you like mediocrity because that's all he's been since he's left Liverpool.
I mean, mediocrity is Everton's middle name at this point.
I mean, there's an FA Cup running for you, so I mean, there's that.
I just want to know how he reconciles his small club comments from years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, the current manager of Everton called them a small club in the last 10 to 15 years.
No one has a long memory in English fans. They don't remember things that happened decades ago, right? They forget about it. It's fine.
No, there was no death threat outside his house or anything like that. No, we're cool here. By the way, death threats against anybody are bad. Just make sure we're clear on that. All right. Anything else for Dumping Grounds?
I got nothing. They're about to show the Austin FC Portland Timbers game. New stadium looks cool. I don't know. That's it. Columbus opens their stadium soon.
Yeah, I was gonna say. And both of those got stadiums before New York City FC.
I would say if you want to just keep bringing it up again and beat that dead horse, I'm all about it. Columbus opens their stadium soon. Austin's got their stadium now. Cincy's got their stadium, and blue team still sits not even allowed to pretty much play in Yankee Stadium.
I imagine Inter Miami will somehow get theirs before New York City.
100%.
And I love how Inter Miami is like, we don't have a stadium yet, but we're going to find a stadium that actually will work for soccer and play there first.
Yeah.
New York City's just like,
and renovate and everything. And
yeah.
Yep.
The Chicago Bears are going to get a new stadium before New York City FC.
I know. I heard those crazy stories too. That's so stupid.
The funny thing was, I think it was last week's show where the New York Yankees team president was like, we're going to have an announcement 60, 90 days for New York City FC. And then like a week later, it's like, oh no, it all fell through. Apparently over parking spaces, it fell through. So.
Oh, that's the excuse this time. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, they got to try to save face. Let's use parking spaces as the problem.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Please. If you're talking about wanting to get stadiums built inside the city, right? The only reason the Yankees and Mets ever got it done was because they had a shit ton of money and it didn't piss off James Dolan.
Right. And oh, by the way, they're the Yankees and the Mets. And they're the Yankees and the Mets and the Yankees and the Mets. Yeah. And then, the New York Jets tried to go back in the early 2000s, and James Dolan was like, no, fuck you. I want this railroad yard I'm not going to do anything with. Yeah.
And had I guess Giuliani and Bloomberg in his back pocket.
Yep.
Yeah, good luck in the stadium built inside the city limits.
Yeah, I think the Oakland A's might have a new stadium, whether it be in Oakland or another city, before NYCFC get a stadium.
Hell,
the fucking Islanders are going to have an arena open before,
The Oakland Raiders moved to a new city and had a new stadium open inside of a year.
Yeah.
I mean, like, the Seattle Kraken are going to start playing before New York.
That's right. Go Kraken.
We could just keep going on and on with this.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to stop for now. Although I do think it'd be fun to just compile a list of all like the new teams and stadiums that got created since NYCFC have joined MLS.
I was thinking the same thing, and maybe we will work on that for the next show.
Just keep a running tally somewhere.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Sorry. I got those one in there. Everton will get a new stadium before NYCFC does.
Yeah.
All right. Pat's not here, so that means it's time for Truman's terrible team of the week.
That's terrible.
All right, we got Charles in there at least.
Yeah.
At least Charles was salvaged. Oh, weren't we talking about Toronto early on the show?
We were.
Let's get back to Toronto. They are horrible. They are a just god-awful team, and they lost at home to the also pretty bad Cincinnati. They lost 2-0. Chris Armas, man, all your plans are going great right now, buddy. They suck. They really suck, and I couldn't be happier.
I wish. Let me see if I can find it, because he said something after the last game, and it was just I couldn't believe him trying to claim what he did. Basically, it came down to if we didn't get fouled, we would have won the game. That's what he had said.
Okay. That makes lots of sense.
I know, right? Okay, here we go. It's on Twitter. Okay, this was from Michael Singh 94, who is the managing editor of WakingTheRed.com. So he covers the Toronto FC. So this is a direct quote from Chris Armas. And then, when you now have to push the game, which we did, there's a few chances out there. They load their back line and they change to 5 in the back at some point. And when you are missing certain guys, then it becomes even harder to break down a block. On top of that, how do most teams in the world create chances in transition, right? Overwhelming number of goals in transition moments, and almost every time we create transition moments, they foul us. Good luck.
Okay.
Literally saying the other team played too physical for us, and we couldn't score.
Yeah, other team too big and scary.
Yeah. God, I can't break down a bunkered-in team.
I can't break down a bunkered down FC Cincinnati.
It's funny how the worst team in the league in the last 2 years has now beaten 2 teams.
Yeah.
Hey, at least the Red Bulls weren't the ones that broke that streak.
Nope, we're all good on Cincinnati.
Yeah. All right. So is that it for the show?
That is, I believe, it for this show.
Okay. So if you're still listening, you guys are gonna help us. We're gonna put this list together about New York City FC. If you can think of, and the criteria is, it has to be either a new stadium, I'm gonna say that broke ground after, or a team that was created after New York City FC played their first match. I don't want to count stadiums that were in progress when they played their first match, because that's not really fair.
No, not fair to them. No, that's fine.
No. So if you guys think of it, we want a stadium, and I'm going to just say stadium anywhere in the world, because these things are not easy to put up. A stadium anywhere in the world, or a team that got created and will play its first game before New York City FC gets their own specific stadium. So between, what was it? They came in the league in 2013, I believe. No, 2015. When we won the first Shield. That was the year. So between, I think it was like March 2015 and whenever, sometime in the future, New York City gets their stadium. Stadiums that were built, teams that were started, and let's say teams that have collapsed, because there are teams that have collapsed. Hell, the Rochester Rhinos are coming back before New York City FC get their stadium. So I'm going to put the call out on Twitter. Please tell us. We're going to make this list, and we're going to do it right.
Stadiums and arenas.
Yeah. All right. Anything else before we wrap up?
I shock the world, shock the podcast, and win.
All right. You can visit us at patreon.com/Red Bull Rant. $1 a month is all you need to get exclusive content, such as our monthly wrap-up, live post-games, anything we decide to do. Email us, redbullrant@gmail.com. Call us 973-348-5329. Facebook.com/Red Bull Rant. At Red Bull Rant on Twitter. At Dr. Stooge for myself. I'm sorry. That's right. Pat doesn't have it anymore.
Nope.
I went away from the thing. I forgot he doesn't have it. At the Truman for Truman. Subscribe to our show via iTunes, Stitcher Radio, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, pretty much anywhere you can find a podcast. Last words before we get out of here.
I believe we have a monthly wrap-up show coming up. Yes?
That's right. It's officially over.
It's July.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get one going.
Gonna be busy next week. Yeah.
4th of July / June wrap up spectacular.
Sweet.
Who doesn't love fireworks, right?
I do. Dogs don't. Dogs
No,
don't.
dogs don't.
Dogs are not fans.
Cats aren't either.
No.
All right. So for Pat, Truman, and myself, this has been not Pat, sorry. For Truman and myself, this has been episode 366 of the Red Bull Rant. Thank you guys for tuning in. And as always, go Red Bulls. And if you're out celebrating July 4th this weekend, please be safe.
Yeah. America, Red Bulls, bye-bye.